Hello again, welcome to today's attempt at a TimeGuessr puzzle. This is a set of questions that tests your history knowledge and your geography knowledge. We're given a picture, and for each one we have to identify where in the world it was taken, but also when the photograph was taken. So, as I said, tests history and geography. Now this is the flag of Georgia, the Ukraine and the EU. So this is going to be the celebration of when Georgia joined the EU, or maybe some vigil about when Ukraine was allowed to get in. I'm not exactly certain, but I mean, clearly it would have been a very recent set of events. There's a lot more Georgian flags than Ukrainian flags, so I'm going to assume it's in Tbilisi, capital of Georgia. Am I going to be able to find that on a map? Yes, it's down here. We'll try it, Tbilisi. And when do I think this was taken? I assume this was maybe one of the things that... well, either... I was going to say either it's something to do with being led into the EU, or maybe it's just people coming together in solidarity with Ukraine having been invaded. So either way, we're going to go for a very recent year. 22 or 23? Let's try 23. I'm surely going to be at most 1 year off. It's 24. Georgian demonstrators standing in front of police to protest the government's decision to suspend negotiations on joining the EU. Okay, so the Ukrainian flag was probably just in solidarity. It wasn't actually anything to do with them. But it was only 3 miles off. 1 year off, I get a load of points. So even though I wasn't exactly certain on the cause of the photo, I knew what was going on broadly enough to get a bunch of points. Question 2. Oh, this is a lot more difficult. This is testing my history and my geography. This is somewhere like Iran? I do not know. I cannot read Arabic. And I don't recognise the country. What does that say? Do we think that's... says USA? It could do. Some country that the USA invaded 70 years ago. How old do I think this is? I don't think it's like pre-war, because they're not wearing like the most formal clothes you could wear. Let's try. It feels like it's going to be in this area somewhere. Let's just go Tehran. I could just leave it at 1962. I don't think it's old. Maybe I'll put it a bit later. Will I regret that? I should have had more confidence and moved it even later. Oh, and it's Egypt. Egyptian school children. Well, I don't speak Egyptian either. 1,200 miles, 8 years off. We get half points for that, as you can see. Not brilliant, but could have been worse, I suppose. Right. See you in Seoul, 1988. So clearly, surely, this is the closing ceremony for 1984 Olympics? Where was the 1984 Olympics? That's the question. I think it might have been Los Angeles. Maybe? That is an American flag, I think, and a Greek flag, which would kind of make sense. They always have the Greek flag because that's where the birth of the Olympics, and if it was the American flag, that would make sense if it was in Los Angeles. I think that's worth a shot. Let's go 84. Where's Los Angeles? Do I want to zoom in really far and try and find some stadium somewhere, or do I want to just plonk it somewhere in the middle of Los Angeles? I don't know where this specific arena was. It might not even be there, so therefore trying to find exactly where it was might not be the most sensible. Let's zoom out a bit. We'll stick it there, right where it says the dot of Los Angeles is. Am I correct? I got it spot on, and I was only 3 miles away. I could have, in hindsight, apparently zoomed in and found a patch of green, but how was I supposed to know? 9901. That, I think, sets a new record for my highest ever score on a single question. Sport comes in handy once again. Oh, sport is not going to come in handy here. Do I know who that guy is? The answer's probably no. And he's probably some really famous person that I should know. Are there any clues? There's no words or anything. I'm not even sure I'm going to be able to have a sensible guess about where this is. What is that? I mean, that might be a flag. It looks like Vietnam's flag, but I don't think it is. Not sure these people look Vietnamese, but maybe I should go in that vague area just in case. I feel like I'm going to kick myself when it tells me who this person is. Let's go a bit later again, 75. And I mean, do I want to go somewhere close to Vietnam for some reason? It could be anywhere really, couldn't it? Let's go here. Let's hedge our bets. It's relatively close to Vietnam, but if it turns out that it's further west, then I'm not going to be a million miles away. Oh, I nearly said Fidel Castro or Che Guevara. No, I think I knew it wasn't Che Guevara. Oh, why did I not say Fidel Castro? I thought I vaguely recognised him. Wow, okay, I was put off because I didn't think it looked like Cuba, but clearly I don't know what Cuba looks like. However, by some fluke, I got the year spot on. I'm lucky to get 12 points for location, I'll be the first to admit that. But, yeah, somehow I managed to get the year spot on. So we've rescued something. Right, what's going on here? He is wearing a head covering. Clearly it's Obama. This presumably will be some memorial service for Jewish people, or I know that's Netanyahu, isn't it? So maybe it's an official American visit to Israel. But it could have been an official Israeli visit to America. That's the problem. I think it's more likely to be in Israel, though. So let's go for Israel. Let's just go for Jerusalem. That's the most likely place to be if it is in Israel. When do I think this was? Biden became president in 2020. Trump became president in 2016. So this will be sometime before 2016. 2014 seems reasonable enough as a guess, I think. Let's go for this. I'm a lot more confident than the previous one. I was 2 years off, but only 2 miles off. So again, a bunch of points. So we had 3 really good ones, 2 slightly less good ones. But that is still quite a high score by my standards. Didn't quite hit the 40k. That is annoying. If I'd had more confidence in my first thought that it was Fidel Castro, I'd have got an extra 4,000 or 5,000 for that one, and then we would have been setting all kinds of new records. But 39.5, still pretty good, I think. Let me know how you got on. You probably did do better on this one, and therefore you might have beaten me overall. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.